Hello everyone, this is Ethan Augustine. This is going to be my overall 1 week review on the Lamzu Maya. Now, the Lamzu Maya was a mouse that I had a lot of hopes for, and I was hoping it would take over my obsession with, in in like my personal preference, the X2 Mini. The X2 Mini has just been the best shape for me overall, and to me, it's been the best mouse I've ever used. If it didn't have its scroll wheel issue that I had gotten after using it over time, and the creaking on the side, then I wouldn't have bought the Lamzu Maya. But I did. And here's how it felt over using it a week. Now, the Lamzu Maya's paint job was one thing that really set this mice apart from the X2. The Lamzu Maya has this really odd, it's really, really moist. It doesn't feel very dry. It's not very grippy compared to other mice that I've used in the past. I've used the Viper Mini. I've used a Razor Basilisk. I've used the Lamzu Atlantis, and it doesn't feel very grippy. It feels very slippery. Like if my hand isn't sweating, then it's kind of hard to pick up and grip the mouse. Um, so I feel like they need to rework what they did with this paint job because that was the one main thing that I noticed after using the mouse is I just could never hold the mouse and be like, "Oh, it's in my hand." Like I know it's there and it's safe in that grip that I would use. Like I would play claw and I'd realize that I had to like actually grip with the sides just to pick it up unless my hand was sweating and sticking to it. And my hands were sweating and they did stick to it because I don't really have sweaty hands unless it's super hot in the room, then it would stick to my hand to a point where like if I picked up, it would drop, which is really bad. So that was my one overall thing that was really weird with the mouse that I wish they tried a little bit harder on to change the paint job, make it feel a little bit more like grip friendly. Um Another thing is the post travel and the clicks. Well, the clicks overall, like the side buttons and the main clicks, they all feel pretty cheap. They don't feel very like well made compared to Pulsar's. Pulsar's just feels a lot better, in my opinion. Um, a lot more tactile, a lot more useful. Um, and one thing I don't like about the Lamzu is the post travel on the click. If you look closely, you can see that I click, and then it can go down more, and that's what we call post travel. And that's really bad for a mouse like this because Lamzu claims that oh people can run fingertip grip on this, but after using it for like the week that I did, I really did notice little that little like bit of after click. It's really hard to explain, and it's really odd to feel, because as you're playing, it's just you you feel like the click, and then you feel like you can go down farther, and you do, but it doesn't do anything. I feel like they should have made the click a little bit lower, and they did switch over to their Huano blue pink dot switches for this, and I think those are good switches, but I think they just need to be a little bit more low profiled. Um, Another thing is the skates. Lamzo skates don't feel good to me, at least for the Maya. And the reason I think that is if you look at the Pulsar and you look at the Maya, the Pulsar has this like cut between the two, so it's like it's two skates here and the one big one at the bottom, instead of it being like the whole thing on the top. And I think that's what sets it apart compared to the Pulsar, because the Pulsar feels like a buttery smooth glide on my mouse pad. Literally feels perfect. Like I would never change anything over this Pulsar skates. And then when I'm using the Lamzoom, it feels like I'm kind of scraping the mouse pad. It doesn't feel as smooth. It doesn't feel like I'm fully immersed in the gameplay because I can feel that scraping feeling every now and then. And I don't know where it comes from. I've looked on the mouse. There's no nicks on it. There's nothing that it could really be scraping away from it. I don't know what it's from. Like I don't know if you can hear it. It kind of sounds like it's scraping, and I can't get there with this mouse. This mouse is all around buttery smooth. So the bottom of the mouse, very important. I play on a Hayate O2 soft pad, and I just don't think this mouse is compatible with it. It just doesn't feel good with it. So if you're using a Hayate O2 soft pad, I would not recommend this mouse to you at all. It just it doesn't glide well. Um, Another thing is the weight. 47 grams, or it came in on my scale 46. Feels really light. Feels really light. The weight is super balanced and everything like that. I just I don't notice much of a difference between the 55 and the 47. I mean, I can notice like the tiniest thing, but it doesn't you're not really gonna feel that in the heat of the moment. Um, the size of the mouse, the size is good. I actually like the size. One thing I don't like about Lamzu is when you're gripping the mouse, it starts off normal and then it indents in a little bit. So it has like a curve in compared to Pulsar, which is just like a solid straight mouse when you're looking at it. This one it kind of like it goes in normal and then it comes in at the bottom. And I don't like that because I feel like my fingers are too close to the mouse pad. It's scraping too much. And the Pulsar just feels super more natural to that. Um Here's another small thing on on the clicks. If you see it on the pulsar has like little grooves on the clicks, so then your fingers like rest naturally into it, and you feel like it clicking a lot easier. On these are just normal solid clicks. They don't really have that character to it. They just your hands are kind of just your fingers are kind of resting on it. And I did add grip tape onto the clicks because without it, it just felt abysmal. It didn't feel like a good mouse. And I feel like I shouldn't have to add grips onto a mouse. Like I've never used grips on a mouse. I feel like I had to with this because my fingers would slide up and down off the mouse. It wasn't gripping to my fingers at all, and that was my main issue with it. Um, the scroll wheel is very good. That's one thing I actually do like about the scroll wheel. I wouldn't every now and then I would notice a little bit hollow, like a hollow noise inside the scroll wheel, but it happens every now and then, so it's not something I could be like truly on. When I shake the mouse, there's no rattling or anything. No rattling at all. Um, but it does creak every now and then. Like when I'm pushing down on the mouse, because I since I use the soft pad, I try to push in for the stopping power. I do realize a little bit of creaking. Or when I picked it up and put it back down on the mouse pad, it would creak a little bit. And I would assume that's because the mouse is super open. And there's no problem with an open mouse, but you could literally touch the PCB. You could touch the scroll wheel through the other side, and you could touch everything on the inside of the mouse, which I think is a little bit bad. You shouldn't be able to have full access to the inside. Yes, it's cool, but I don't think it's practical as a mouse. Um, this is nitpicking for sure, but the thing on the inside of the mouse is the little on button. I just like Pulsars more. I like the little flip switch going left and right compared to Lamsu's, which they have like an old type of switch, like ones that you would see on like toy mice, or like just toys in general. And I feel like that's just a little cheap. I just feel like you're not getting your money's worth for buying this mouse of $100. Um, my overall opinion on the mouse is it's great, well balanced, but it's not for me. I don't like where the hump is. The hump's more there's no hump in the back, so you don't really get much control. So like I would notice myself overshooting because I don't have that hump control. I can't really twist with my wrist. I have to kind of grip onto it and move left and right. So I feel like if they put a little bit more hump in the back, it'd be a lot better. So as a as the Maya grows, I hope that they change that on in later batches. Oh, another thing. I played 4K with this mouse. I did try out the 4K dongle because I wanted to see is 4K really that much of a difference? And I didn't notice that difference as recognizably as I thought it would be. I played with it. The one thing I noticed with the Lamzu Maya is the battery died so fast on 4K. Now I think they say the battery lasts up to like 100 hours without it. Without it's just 1K. And then 4K it lasts like barely a day. And I feel like that's really bad. It doesn't even last like 24 hours. I've had to charge this thing maybe four or three times in the times that I've been using this mouse, and I've only had it for a week. And that just that kind of sets it apart for me because with this mouse, I could charge it for like I could charge it once and have to charge it like next week, maybe 2 weeks even. So I think they need to work on their battery life, even if it makes it a little heavier. I mean, I'm sure they could change the things. They could probably go honeycombing, which not many people like, but if they want to keep their same lightweight, good mouse build, then I feel like they have to do that. Um, I do like Lamzu's presentation with their box, how they set up their things. That's one thing that I do like, really like Lamzu for. This nice little slide off cover. It says Lamzu on the inside and all that. I don't know. I think that's cool and that's pretty neat. I like their box, how it opens up. I really do like this presentation. It has the Mayans, because a big part of history. That's what they do with their lamps. So Atlantis, the Thorn, the Mini. They have, or the Maya, they have all their generation, things like that. They even put like this little quote on the inside. It says, "Since the dawn of time, humanity has craved for power. Civilizations prosper and falter, the Mayans without exception. Yet the essence carries on, passed on to the next generation. Now gathered into your hands, what does the Maya lead you?" Now, I think that's really cool. I like how has their own little patches, like they come with their own stuff inside. Um, it comes with its own sticker that you can put on the bottom to make it sure the mouse isn't very hollow. I don't know, so the dust doesn't get inside. That's why I put it Um, on the website, it doesn't say that the mouse comes with grip tape, so I bought my own grip tape, and that was something that was really like a bother for me. Like it should say on the package content that it comes with grip tape, because when I received both packages, I was like, oh, okay, I got the grip tape, got the mouse, and then I opened up the box and there was grip tape inside. But if it doesn't list that on the website, how am I gonna know? What's the point of buying grip tape if the grip tape comes in the box? So I think that's something that they should add, like onto the website. I feel like that's a real big bummer. You're spending $10 because let's say you're a player that needs grip tape, like you just it's something you prefer. And that's fine. Like if you play with grip tape, then you play with grip tape. I play with the sleeve. Not many people play with the sleeve. Now, it didn't list it on the website, so when it says the package content, it says the velvet bag, the adapter, skates, it does not say grip tape. So just be aware when you're buying the mouse and you're like, oh, where's the grip tape? And it only comes in the box. It doesn't say it on the website. So just be wary with that, so you don't have to spend $10 on more grip tape. I can feel a little bit of creaking right now when I'm pushing on the side. It's very very quiet. It might just be the glue. It may not be the best. I don't know. Um, I just feel like the Pulsar X2 is just so much of a better mouse. If they didn't have all their QC issues, then obviously it would be a greater mouse. Another thing with Lamzu is their return policy. They have you only have 7 days to test the mouse out, which I guess is okay, but I feel like 14-day, 15-day policy way better, so you actually can get a grip on how you want to use the mouse, and because I feel like 7 days, if you're not like a competitive gamer and you're not gaming for like 9 hours a day, you can't get like a solid opinion on the mouse in 7 days. That's just my opinion though. I think they should do like 2-year warranty, something like that, something you just trade in the mouse. Uh, That's one thing. We did set up a return for this, so I will be returning this mouse because it's not what I hoped for it to be. Um, I did add the two dot skates because it comes with the other its own skates. I did add the two dots on. I didn't feel much of a difference at all. I've never used any other type of skates besides PTFE, so maybe someone wants to like leave down in the comments like what type of skates are better for the Hayate Otsu pad. I don't know. I've looked into it. I just I don't know like if PTFE is the best. I even wanted to try glass pads, so maybe this must be better on a glass pad. Um, who knows? I do like that Lamzu with their I don't use the 1K, but they came with this like nice like crystallized looking dongle, and it comes in different colors for depending on what color you bought, and I think that's something that's great coming at attention to detail. But overall, I think the Lamzu is like a $70 mouse, and the rest you're paying for the skates, the dongle, and all that. So I feel like they don't put much work into the mouse, and they put everything else into the presentation of what comes with the mouse. And I just don't feel like it's worth it, the $100 compared to what you can get with Pulsar. Obviously, Pulsar doesn't come with all those extra things, but it's a better lasting mouse, and it works a lot better in my opinion, and it feels better in the hand. You feel like you're getting your quality in the hand. With the Lamzu, it just feels like something cheap. I don't know. That was just how I saw when I was playing with it. Um, but yeah, that is my overall opinion. Would I recommend this mouse to someone who's like an average player? Like if you're playing normally and you play like a odd fingertip grip, mouse is good for you. You're not gonna find anything bad. But for people who are like claw gripping, I just don't see it being a good mouse. And finger or and like full on like palm grip, do not see it happening. It's just not the mouse for you. Um, and that's gonna be my overall opinion of the Lamzu Maya. I really hope they do get better over time, like with new batches. But the Lamzu Maya is not the mouse that I can recommend to anyone in 2023. So I do appreciate you all for watching this review on the Lamzu Maya. Um, Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, I will try to answer them in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. See y'all later.